Hello and welcome to Space Engineers 2 Early Access Alpha Vertical Slice 1. Why they have called it Vertical Slice 1 I have no idea, but it is unique. I have not heard Vertical Slice 1 before in any particular game. So what is Vertical Slice 1 of Space Engineers 2? Or if you are just seeing this for the first time, what is Space Engineers 2? Well, Space Engineers 2 and Space Engineers are basically games about engineering in space. Build things in space, crash them into each other, fight enemies, explore planets, see what you can do, try not to destroy your ship, make whatever contraptions and creations you wish to create. Now, Space Engineers 2, of course, is in its early access, as I just mentioned. It came out yesterday from when you are viewing this, or watching this if you're watching on the day of release, and I am recording it about 2 hours after it was released. This is going to be my first impressions, and I've intentionally brought up this page, or started with this page before the intro, just to give you an idea of what to expect and to temper expectations just a little if you are expecting everything that we currently have in the first Space Engineers to be in this. So, of course, there are going to be no mods yet. You can see that mods will be Vertical Slice 1.5, which I think is going to be really nice. There are no workshop items yet. Vertical Slice 1.1. Improved mechanics, interface refinements, Vertical Slice 1.2. We're in 1.0 at the moment. But what do we have? Well, we have new lighting, new ray tracing, illumination, tessellation of terrain, parallax mapping, new sleek armor edges, apparently. That's what it says on Visual Revolution. I stuttered that because I was trying to read something in a different order in which I was actually saying it. There we go. But the biggest thing that we have is the unified 25cm grid, which is what I'm going to be putting to the test today in my first impressions after I have a look at what is there. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started for Vertical Slice 1 of Space Engineers 2 Early Access Alpha, and whatever other words you wish to add after that, because that is quite long. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to fit that into a title for YouTube or on my thumbnails. Okay, first thing I'm going to note, main menu, it's similar to the original Space Engineers, just a little bit bolder, and everything's a little bit larger. I will say I prefer the old logo. I do very much prefer the old Space Engineers logo. But that's neither here nor there, I suppose. Let's go ahead and start a new game, and creative, unlimited tools, infinite resources, worlds, explore handcrafted worlds. Let's have a look at a handcrafted world first. Concordia Research Facility. Let's take a look at that. Let's just start the game. I'm leaving this all in the video so that you can see what it is and is not like. Any stutters, anything like that. I have cranked the graphics up to extreme, so I'm going to see exactly how that fares. Okay, and here we are. That was pretty fast in loading. So far fairly smooth. Let's go ahead and go into first person mode. So the controls there are the same. Jump is the same. That clunk is different. Hang on. It sounds different every time as well. No, wait, there are 3 different sounds. Okay, and there is the big red ship. I remember starting with the big red ship many years ago when I first purchased Space Engineers. Never ever actually got around to doing much. I never made a video with it, I don't think. But I did play some Space Engineers many years ago when all you could do was start with the crashed red ship. That was all you could do. So that was when I started. What is this? So, just looking around, I'm not going to make too many comments on the textures or anything at the moment. Everything looks quite fancy, as you can see. I cannot get rid of that little alpha stripe in the corner, but that is alright. That ribbon is probably there for a reason. But yes, lighting does look a lot better, but let's not focus too much on the textures and let's just have a look around, shall we? Cargo container, inaccessible unless access has changed. This is using the new 25cm grid, I assume. Lights, oop. LED lights now? Not, yes, I think we have LEDs. Okay. Yes, this looks like this is made using the new 25cm grid. You could easily get your foot stuck here. That's a health and safety hazard, definitely a health and safety hazard there. Large landing gears, as we would expect from before. Ships look a little bit more detailed, of course, because now you can do more with them. I wonder how you would... Oh, that's a... I'm not keen on that. Get it? Keen? No. Okay. How do I go down there? No, that isn't... You cannot go down there. That's just structural. But lights, I'm so used to the mod that gives me a little... I'm so used to... First of all, I'm so used to build vision. Is it build vision? Fantastic mod. That's not working. Right click, left click. F is just open the terminal. Select 2 or more blocks to group. Okay, groups work. A compact door that slides open. How do I open the door? How do I close the door? Where is the door? I have no idea how to do that. I'm clicking on K. K used to do something. No, that doesn't work. None of those work, alright. Cannot click. Of course, again, just reminding everyone, this is early access, vertical slice 1, day 1. So, just the absolute basics are in. A medical room that is now double. Can I do anything in this? I used to be able to change things. No, not yet. F to open terminal. Just powered on or off. Okay. I assume if it's powered off, I should be able to... It should turn red, right? Yes. That's about it. This new interface, I'm not keen on this. This, I do prefer the older interface there. Seats fine. New button panel. Sure. This is nice. What's that? Gyroscope, gravity generator. Gravity generator? No, that is that a gravity generator too? Or is that a gyroscope? I think that is... Does that have a barcode on it? Yes. It has just been bought from the shops. Oh, and that's it. Okay, this is a good view of the new detail on the rocks, which is great. And hopefully I should be able to show you this. If I back away from it, you should see it's right. Let's not do that. You should see that the detail, it increases and decreases in detail dynamically, which I think is really good for performance. That is really, really good for performance. Okay, that looks like a refinery to me. Yep, that is very much a refinery. There we go. New models everywhere. Yes, new models, new textures. Go in here. I suppose the idea behind this world is you can continue to create things within it, should you wish to do so. Top of the refinery and then back up. Yes, back up there. Anything further up here? No, just a nice beam. This is nice. Good use of colours. And then of course 0. Is that 01 or 07? 01. Let's have a quick look at the red ship, I suppose. Thrusters have all changed. There appear to be, hang on, 2. Okay, so a couple of, no, there are still 2 types of thrusters. I'll check that in a bit. Or two sizes, should I say. I thought there might have been more. The fact that I cannot invert, or I didn't see any option to invert my y-axis is a little annoying. This ship looks complete, which is something I do not often, a configuration I have not often seen this ship in. Oh, this is nice. Additional detailing here. Very nice. And so instead of just a flat panel, just some detailing, I suppose you could put lights inside there and it would look quite good. And that is a sort of detailing you could not do. This is a sort of detailing you could not do previously either, which you now can. And I do very much appreciate the fact that that is a thing that can be done. I suppose that is supposed to be some sort of antenna. Oh no, that is the antenna, pointing forward like some sort of gun. It does have a QR code. I recommend nobody check this QR code out just yet, although knowing space engineers, it's probably an Easter egg to something else, and it's not going to be dangerous in any which way. So there is a QR code if you want to check it out. I'm not going to check it out just yet. I'm making a video, but do that at your own risk. Should we go into the hangar? I think we should. Now, when I first started this, I turned this hangar into a refinery and assembly bay. So at the moment we've got cargo, a little lip on either side, which never used to be there. Does give it a bit more detail. And an assembler. There we go. Great minds think alike, right? That is yes, that is pretty good. So if I go this way, left and right of me should be reactors through this door and the other door. Oh, that's okay. So that must now be the new nuclear reactor, not the old style. Oh, that, I guess the old style did look quite good as well. Was quite useful in places. Hang on, that was a screenshot. I remember this being a screenshot. About there. Something like that. And I was wondering whether you could build all these little edges or not. But it does not seem to be the case. So there should be another reactor on the opposite side. Ooh, got some lighting here. Which is that casting light or? I think that might be, no, it isn't. Yes, it is. It is actually casting light. Good. That's the new ray tracing in full use there. Another reactor here, right? Yes. And then we should have. There used to be a third reactor up here. What's a gyroscope? That's a big gyroscope. And an animated gyroscope. Excellent. That little stutter, I believe, was an autosave. Some lights there. Hangar bay controls. Most likely. There's no way you're flying the ship from here. And then up to the bridge. Shadows. Shadows are really nice. So the shadow from that... Where is it? From that light, you can see... Oh dear. You can see shadow cast on this railing in this direction. Although I am trying to figure out where is it managing to get that angle from? Can I crouch? How do I crouch? C. Yes, I suppose you would just about get the angle. Okay, good. That all looks promising. some more railings and conveyors, I suppose. Continuing up, gyroscope rooms. This used to be a whole bunch of gyroscopes. That now is that gravity generator? Yes, so that is a full gravity generator. Ooh, a piece of glass. Going into, oh, this is the captain's quarters, but this is fancy. Just a block of glass blocking the way. That is really nice. And another one. Sick bay. Right, okay. So they've used a glass plane to block the way. I think this door could do with a little improvement. It's a little, you know, sticking out a little. But I suppose you could... no. How do I get the... Right, I'm going to have to work that out in a minute. So the bridge should be somewhere here. Straight ahead. There we go. There's the bridge. And apparently a hall. Very nice. Okay. So just extra bits of detailing. A lot of this kind of detailing showing up, which is interesting. So what I think we should do now is find the way out of the ship. Same noises for... Oh, that one didn't make any noise. I was going to say same noises for the jetpack. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit to the main menu, not save that because I've not really done anything. Let's have a look at what creative does. Does that just give you a blank world or what? Collisions up to 20 meters per second, 72 kilometers per hour, or about what? 20 meters per second, 72 kilometers per hour. Yes, that is about right, or about 44 miles per hour. Okay, well that just gives me the exact same world. Right. That was a bit useless. Fine, that's not a problem. Let's go find out how we do this. So let's take a quick look at what we have. So can I still do control 1, 2, 3? Yes, I can. Right. Control 1 has things. What are these things? One is an armor block, light armor. 2 is a cockpit. 3 is a gyroscope. 4 is a thruster. 5 is the landing gear. 6 is a flat window or window. 7 are interior walls. 8 are pillars. 9 are detailing stuff. Okay. Can I place that in a corner? It doesn't. It's not the corner. It's not the one I want. It is not the one I want. Okay, let's find out what else I've got. I have a paint tool. Let's not touch the paint tool yet. A debug gun tool. What does that do? Shoots. Right. Good thing I pointed that up in the air. Can I shoot the asteroid? No. Okay. I'm assuming I'll be able to shoot and damage a squid, but let's not do that. Voxel hands, right. I have never been good at these, so I would rather not touch them. Yes, I would rather not touch these at all. So let's not touch that. So let's just immediately move along. Right, narrow sliding door. A ramp. Catwalks. Handrails, buttons. Medical room, which so they have changed the medical room to have a bay. Cover wall. I thought that was a door for a second. Solar panel. Gasoline gun. Okay. Nothing in 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, let's start. We don't have wheels, do we? Yet. No wheels. I know what I want to try. I know very much what I want to try. Is this going to... I want to try and make the car. And for those of you who have followed the series for a long enough time, you should know what the car is. If you followed my Space Engineers series for years, I want to try and make the car, or perhaps a Paladin, which was an evolution of the car. And that is how you have to say it. You have to say the car. But since there are no wheels, I'd have to make a flying version of that. Can I recall from memory how to make one of those? And how much and how different would it be compared to what I currently have? I honestly doubt there is going to be much difference, simply because it was a small grid. And looking at this, I believe this is what the size of a small grid was. So yes, I doubt that is going to do anything. I'll tell you what I'll do. This is what I will do. Let me try and... Okay, I am going to use voxel hands. I'm going to try and build a room in here. Yes, that is what I'm going to try and do. Let's build a room in there. But before we do that, let me try and fix the health and safety hazard here. So how do I do this? This is too big. Wait a minute. Small grids were not this small. This is smaller than a small grid, right? Hang on a tick. Yes, because small grids used to be that size. Right, no, change of plans. I am going to attempt to make the car. Just a different variation of it. But first I want to see how to do this. So, it says size. That also changes shape. Okay. How do I rotate? Page up, page... That doesn't work. What does precision do? Auto rotation, partial copy, and some rotate control. Aha! Right. Which way am I supposed to be wanting this? Is this supposed to be... Not that way. Not that way. None of this is the way I want it to be. Okay. Let me try something. I'm just going to place a few of these here, just to see what happens. Okay, how do I rotate that? So I want this rotated. No, that was not what I meant to press. Oh, is it that one I need? No, it isn't. Which one do I need? There might be missing blocks. How do I rotate? Oh, this is still going to this is not going to do the 45 this is not going to be the 45-degree rotation that I require. So I'm going to have to do... Is this going to be the old... Am I going to have to do this in that style? How did we used to do these? Like this, I believe. Is that how we do... So can you do click and drag? Okay, so on diagonals you cannot click and drag. That's a little annoying. And then I'm guessing I should be able to tuck this in. Can I rotate that? Please allow me to rotate that into that gap. No. That is annoying. I want to... Can I not slot it into that gap? No. How would I do this then? Turn it upside down? There is no option for me to be able to do this. Okay, missing blocks. There we go. So that is something. Let's get on with trying to make the... Oh no. Same mistake I've made many times before. Let's try and put that catwalk back in. I know I had it on a... Here it is. That isn't the one it was supposed to be. That isn't it either. That one is his. Does this auto-rotate by any chance? I did see something that said auto-rotate. Oh no, that's not good. I'll try and place this in manually. There we go. Okay. It is back. I've placed it the wrong way around. Right. Stand by. That is the... No. That is the right way around, and then I can do this. There we go. Okay. Back to what I was doing. Here's a landing bay. Let's just try and very quickly throw this together. I would like to put a landing gear down. Right, how many sizes of landing gear do we have? We have big and small. I would prefer that the landing gear was the opposite way so that I could do a new grid. Okay, we can still do that. What I should have done... Now, what I should have done is turn this around like that. And I know it would not let me place it. However, what I could then do is press a new grid and place this on. Right, this is probably going to float away. So before it floats away, I need to give it a reactor. That is a gyroscope. Do I have a reactor? I had a solar panel, didn't I? Which one? What are these? That's a reactor. I need a small reactor. Can I get a small reactor on this? Reactor 2.5, 7.5. No. That the answer to that is no. Cube. No. There's the 0.5 meter cubes. Okay. So we still have these basics available. Right. Do I remember what the car looks like or how big the car was? I do remember that there was a flat base. I do remember that it was black at the bottom, then it had white and red. So I remember that. Now, is this big enough for a cockpit to sit on? Yes. So it definitely had that. So far, not too bad. Let's go ahead and use the paint gun for the first time. Middle mouse button, replace color. I don't know what that's done. Selected color. Black. Single. Size. Okay. Let's not touch that. Right. This is a good start. I need to get power on this thing though. Power. Energy. No, apparently that is... So we have 5 meter... Hang on a minute. So what do you have as a power source? Where is your power source? Oh, you just have a massive reactor, don't you? Okay. So it might not be quite as easy to recreate the car. Starts with is because I cannot remember what it looks like. And secondly, because this is not going to work quite as well. I'll try and figure this out. Whatever I do, I must not hit this whilst I'm developing it. Now, I remember this having a front, like a front lip. Opposite way. Oh wait, I can press that and rotate it. Okay, that is not a bad setup. Although I would like it to maybe match that when... So it is a bit annoying that it doesn't match it. Yeah, that is annoying. I do remember that on the car. Seems to be a bit sticking out a little. I think the cockpit would then have been right here. Right at the front. Yes. I suppose now I'd put these thrusters on it. Which obviously the original did not have. So, how am I going to do this? Let's put 2 reversers. Let's do that. Can I tuck them in a little? Oh, I could. And then I could perhaps use some of the detailing stuff to do something else with them. Possibly. Oh, I can also do the... Aha! I can do precise movements. So I could reset it that much if I wanted to. That would be interesting. But I shan't do that. Let's just place one there. And... Come on. Place another here. Okay, small grids may not require... Right, I'm going to try something very silly. But because I'm going to try something very silly, I'm just going to make sure. Small grids do not require power. Or do they? Because now I'm stuck like this. Right. That is not what I meant to do. I need a gyroscope. Let's just dump a gyroscope on that. Back to... No. Back to this. I do not like this rotation thing. Very much do not like that. It is very tedious. Yes, this is very, very tedious. Let's go ahead and place one just temporarily place one here. Just so I can try and straighten myself up a little. Right, is that now locked? It is. This isn't great. There. Okay, a little better. Even this is quite tedious, having to press R all the time and go through all these. They need to work out a better way of doing that. Right, so what did I have on the car? I remember there being 2 cargo containers, so I'm going to check out the cargo containers and see what we have. Cargo. Oh, it isn't going... Oh, yeah, I suppose that was about the right size. Let's get rid of that for now. Get rid of that for now. Now, how will the cargo containers They weren't. I think they were. It was 4 cargo containers then, wasn't it? So there's one like that. Were the 2 tucked in like this and like this? I think that might have been how we did it. Yes, that is starting to look a little bit more familiar. Although, albeit a little wide, so I do not think it was. I do not think I did that. I think what I did, or what we did initially, was we had the 2 cargo containers. I'm trying to press the original Space Engineers controls. It is a little annoying. I think we had the 2 cargo containers like that. Yes, and then we did not have. So this was not there. This back one. And I guess we did not have it going all the way out the way I have it. It would have just been this. And for now I can get rid of that. I think I might have had conveyors between the 2 cargoes too. I think there was a gap and a conveyor. That is my memory of it anyway. Might very well be wrong. But as I said, I'm just trying to see what the difference is in building these things really. So I now recall that the car had so I had blocks. Oh, this is definitely going to be annoying. Can I press like Shift R to go back? I can. Okay, that at least is a little better. So I used to have. Why does that look like that now? What has... Oh, that's heavy armor, that's why. I was very confused. So this is what I remember doing previously. Yep, I remember that. Now you might be thinking this is very basic, but that is how this all started. Oh dear. That is how this all started. So I'm trying to work from there and then figure it out. On top, I definitely had some armor. So I remember doing that. And I think I rounded it off. Yes, so I remember rounding it off. So we had this, and then this was red, and yes, we had some red. I also recall having a step on this. So yes, in this form, turning that around that way. That seems quite familiar. Honestly, it is starting to get a little annoying. The symmetry bits. Again, this was many years ago when I first made this, so I'm just taking one of my original, very old original designs and seeing how things pan out with it. I can still do that. So that lower bit I remember being black. Yes, I recall that being black. This, I believe, was white, and then there was some red. Now, where the red was, I have no idea. And this was actually the rear access. So, I think... Is it Shift and R to go back? Yes. At least the Shift and R works, which does save some time. But every time you go off the grid, it does annoyingly do what it just did. I think they really need to bring back the old controls for rotation. There we go. Okay. And then I think there was this here. Like that. And oh dear, I can barely see. That's all the wrong way. Like that. It was a very blocky design to start with. And like that. I think actually this bit had changed. I did that to it. Possibly? Does that ring a bell? Yes. Yes, I think that does look correct. Yep, that is starting to look better. More realistic, or more to what it was. And then do that. Fit that straight in there. Okay, we are starting to get somewhere. Now we had ore detectors and all of that kind of stuff there too. I think this back line is incorrect. I think this was also like this. So one thing I will say, it isn't massively difficult to build. It's just the controls are quite finicky. That is the biggest issue. So in terms of the flexibility of building, it all seems to work perfectly well. Now I have to try and remember the colours. So I remember a lot of it was white, but there was also red. Now looking at this, I think this was all one further along. I do think this was one further along. The good thing is I could very easily do this. Let me try and paint this first. How do I change the colour? Quick menu change. There we go. Okay. Why is that one not changing colour? There we go. So that bottom line was definitely black. Then you had this white layer. Then I'm sure I had red. In fact, no, I'm not sure I had red. I know I had red. And then the cockpits was also white. Right, now where on earth was the red? So whilst I'm doing this, it's just me trying to mess around a bit with these things. Let's go ahead and maybe try and fix where I've put the cargo container. Landing gear is not going to be required, so I'll grab the cargo container. I do sort of prefer... I will say I think I do prefer is that in the right spot, or it's still in the same spot? I do prefer Space Engineers 1's setup. I think it just works a little better. There we go. Is that more like it? And then there was the gap. I think this is more of what there was. I think there was a red stripe in the middle. Is that what the red stripe was? Well, I'm going to try again, I'm not trying to perfectly copy the car. I'm just trying to give an indication of what I could do that perhaps I couldn't do before. So, for example, now I should be able to add a bunch of detailing to this, which previously would have been not possible. If I can get all of this working. No, not that way. There we are. Oh, that one decided that it wants to do it properly. Isn't that nice? This one does not. Maybe if I stand in front. Okay, I think I'm starting to understand how to get this working. So how do I do this one? There. How do I do this one? Okay, there are specific spots in which perhaps you need to stand. What's with the damage? Okay. I think this might have been on a layer higher up. Nevertheless, what else can I do with this? I can now go to this detailing block. This is the part that I'm most interested in. Because then, for example, I can do this, something that would have been impossible before. I can tuck this away in a way I'd probably not been able to before, and do that, and then that. Now that tucks away very nicely. So I could do that, and then possibly could have done that if I wanted to, but how does that look? Maybe not quite as correct as I'd want it to be, but still, that looks all right. And then, oh, actually, I do see something we could potentially do. Is it control? Yes. These things are finicky. If we really wanted to, we could do that and block it in the same fashion. Or at least, it doesn't look great. Still, there's something. These are things we couldn't do. So I've done everything we could do in the original Space Engineers, and now I'm looking at things we could not do in that to finish this episode. See, that tucks that away so well, and I suppose if I really, really wanted to, I could tuck that right into... Can I tuck that right into that block? I possibly could. Hang on a minute. If I then decide to do this, now I cannot go into that block, but if I break that block, I could do this. Again, do not mind me. Hang on a minute. I want to there. And now there was a block here. What was that block? It was this one. Now I've got that. That has tucked in really well. Could I? Is this going to look out of place, or is this just going to work? Okay, that's impressive. I will say that is impressive. And then if I really, really wanted to, I could... Is it shift or... Hang on a minute. I'm starting to see the possibilities here. I could just tuck this straight into here. Like that. And possibly with maybe this block. I could have actually. I could have done something like lowered this down, gone into here with that block there and there, put a corner in here, tuck this into a corner, done this. I'm trying to just see what kind of detailing could be possible here. Can I put another inverted corner there? And then a downward, not that one there. Bring that, and then put another inverted corner here. I mean, I can see what you can now do with this, because that level of detail is something you could not do previously. That's the wrong block. I am just making rubbish up at the moment. But again, just showing that off, I can see the use. And then even here, if I wanted to, I could just do this. Bring that in like, oops. Put a standard block here. Put this block in. Well, it doesn't want to go that way now. No, not that. Put a corner here. That's the one. Put that there. Put an inverted one here. Put a corner in here. And suddenly we've got a whole detailed area. And then similarly here, if I really wanted to, I could do this. Which adds, and this is the kind of detailing I think that would really, this is where space engineers, the whole point of it is, I suppose, starts to come into play, right? And doing exactly the same here. Obviously not tried the blueprints or anything yet. And then try to get this in. Oops. That way, that way, that way, that way. And possibly... No. Because it's only 2, I cannot do that. I really should be stopping this video. I think I've proved some of the uses. And it is still just first impressions. I think there are things they really do need to prove, like this control scheme is really not great. There, I could do that, or I can tuck this one into this one. How would I do that? So I'd tuck it in like that, which then effectively would become that, and not that one, that one. That one and that one leading to that there and a corner. Yep. Okay, I'm starting to see the benefits of this, but I'll be honest, doing all of that, my hands hurt. The controls are not very user-friendly. That is what I'm going to say about that. But now I could paint that in this colour. That is not what I meant to do all the way around, but say I did that. I think this is actually what I ended up doing with the actual car. I'm not going to do the other side because I can see why this is taking so long and how this would take so to stop flying away. I think this is what I did. Oh dear, I've painted something very far away. But I'm starting to get the idea. The concept, I'm starting to understand it. It's just quite... There is a lot still to be improved on, and really it's the finger gymnastics that you need to do. So you're pressing control to do this detailing. So I'm pressing control, and then you've got the QW whatever it is, and then to change it, so I'm moving my pinky finger from control to shift, and then pressing R, and then going back to control to rotate, and then using my middle three fingers to do that. And then I cannot turn my thumb up to get to the R comfortably, so it's really my index finger is on the R to do anything, you know, auto rotation or change this. My pinky finger is on the shift and control, and then my middle finger and ring finger are on the W, A, S, D, Q and E, and that is really uncomfortable. But at that point I am going to end this video. I can certainly see what is going to happen. What I will probably do is take some pictures of some of my old ships and see if I can recreate them and improve them in Space Engineers 2 over the next few weeks. But I am going to wait about a week or two before I do the next video. There are plenty of Space Engineers videos still coming out, so yes. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Space Engineers 2 and Space Engineers, because that series is still going on for probably the next 3 months, at least 3, maybe 4 months. There are a few things left to do in Series 4. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Space Engineers, or Space Engineers 2, or maybe the better way of saying that is Space Engineers 2 for some building, or Space Engineers for more survival with multiplayer. I shall see you then.